U.S. aircraft carriers lead large deck exercises with Japan east of Taiwan. U.S. Navy aircraft fly in formation during an exercise held in the Philippine Sea on January 31st. South Korea CNN. The dozen United States and Japanese warships, including two U.S. aircraft carriers, have been putting on the show of military might this week in the Philippine Sea east of Taiwan. Analysts say the joint exercises show the U.S. Navy can respond to contingencies across the broad swath of Asian waters, where tensions with China remain high, even while facing hostilities in the Middle East. The U.S. Navy aircraft carriers USS Carl Vinson and USS Theodore Roosevelt were joined by the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force helicopter destroyer JS Ise, seven U.S. guided missile destroyers, and two U.S. cruisers for what the Navy calls the multi-large deck event. The US and Japan are uniquely capable of rapidly assembling multiple large deck naval forces in support of mutual security interests in the Indo-Pacific. Rear Admiral Carlos Sardiello, commander of the Vinson Lead Carrier Strike Group 1, said in a statement. An AF-18E Super Hornet takes off from the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson during exercises in the Philippine Sea on January 31st. The dozen warships conducted defense drills, sea surveillance, cross-deck exercises, and tactical maneuvers to advance unique high-end warfighting capability, the U.S. Navy statement said. The exercises began Monday and were scheduled to conclude Thursday, according to the statement from the Japanese military. Colin No, research fellow at the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies in Singapore, said while exercises occur regularly in the sea, in the area, the timing of this show of force is important. There have been earlier three trepidations that the Mideast flare-ups would draw the U.S. strategy refocus away from the Western Pacific, No said. This was seen as the demonstration of U.S. commitment to its strategy focus on the region despite what happened in the Middle East, he added, noting that the third U.S. aircraft carrier in Asia Pacific, the USS Ronald Reagan, is now in Japan. Meanwhile, according to the USNI fleet tracker, only one U.S. carrier, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, is in the Middle East, where Houthi rebels have sustained a series of attacks on U.S. naval assets and commercial shipping in the Red Sea, despite multiple U.S. and British strikes on the group's infrastructure inside Yemen. The Hawaii-based analyst Carl Schuster, the former director of operations at the U.S. Pacific Command's Joint Intelligence Center, said staging the joint exercises in the Philippine Sea shows the U.S. Navy can get forces quickly to areas where China's naval units have been active in recent months. As an exercise, it demonstrates the mobility of aircraft carriers. Geopolitically, it also highlights the carrier's ability to support a range of contingencies across the broad area, Schuster said. Potential maritime flashpoint. That broad area reaches as far south as Iceland and reefs in the South China Sea, where Chinese and Philippine bases have been in recent confrontations. It also extends west to the democratically ruled island of Taiwan, which is reporting bumps bump in Chinese naval and air activity in surrounding waters since the election in January, and it stretches northwest to the East China Sea and the Japanese-controlled Senkaku Island called the Diaoyus by China, which Beijing claims as its sovereign territory and where it has put an almost constant coast guard presence in the past year, according to Japan. All those areas are potential military flashpoints between China and the US and its allies. But Taiwan has been the major focus since the elections on January 13, in which voters gave the Iceland ruling Democratic Progress Party a historic third consecutive presidential victory, shrugging off warnings from China that their re-election would increase the risk of conflict. Beijing responded soon after the vote by saying Taiwan is part of China. Why China's Communist Party is so afraid, according to Clinton official. China's ruling Communist Party views Taiwan as part of its territory despite having never controlled it, and Chinese leader Xi Jinping has not ruled out the use of force to bring the island under Beijing's control. The head of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, Admiral John Aquino, told a conference in Hawaii after the Taiwan election that he expects Beijing to show its displeasure at the result of the vote. The coercive pressure campaign against Taiwan continues, and we're watching it. In the wake of the elections, Aquino told the Pacific Forum, I'm not sure what they are going to do, but I expect some demonstration of force against Taiwan in the near term. The U.S. Admiral also noted the importance of the exercises like the U.S.-Japan joint maneuvers taking place this week. Laying down the ability to be able to move forces forward, to be able to sustain the force, to be able to train and operate with our allies and partners in their home territory provides the asymmetric advantage, Aquino said.